Hi there. I wanted to personally make a video and thank everyone out there for all the wonderful happy birthdays that you left on my Facebook. I can't tell you how much that meant to me. I was really blown away. I think there were over 100 people and I was like, wow. So I wanted to thank you and take this opportunity to do that. I've just started doing video. I thought I'm going to learn how to upload videos on YouTube, and I'm going to start making videos for everybody also to send out and kind of keep people current. One of the things I wanted to talk about a little bit is people ask me a lot about guardian angels because being a psychic medium, I communicate with guardian angels and spirit guides. And I've had this ability ever since I was a little kid. I can actually physically see them the same way that you can see somebody standing in the room. That's why, so when I do a reading for somebody, people ask me, well, Tana, how can you do a reading by the telephone? Is it as accurate as in person? Well, actually, it's just as accurate or even more so. And I'll explain to you how that works. Guardian angels and spirit guides are made of energy. And energy is not separated by time, distance, or space. So a person could be an African. Matter of fact, I have a lot of clients in South Africa, using that as an example. Doesn't matter where a person is or where I am, because I can tune into the energy of their spirit guides and angels. And when I do a reading, that's where I get information. Many times when I do a reading, they manifest and materialize in the room with me. So the way I describe it is it's like having a conversation. Their guides and angels talk to me, and I just repeat back the conversation that I hear. Now, people ask me, do I always physically see them? Many times I physically see them, and many times I see them what's called the third eye. And the third eye is an eye or an energy center. It's a sixth chakra that's in the center of your forehead. And it works as a way for seeing other realms that can't be seen with the physical eyes. Developing your third eye is a good way to be able to see angels and guides and into the higher realms. So that's why I want to clear up that confusion about how it was possible for me to do readings by phone, because I work with guides and angels and they're made of energy. Now, a psychic that's not a medium, and there's a huge difference between psychics and psychic mediums. A psychic does not have the ability to communicate with spirit guides and guardian angels, whereas a psychic medium has the ability to communicate with spirit guides, guardian angels, and loved ones on the other side. Many people have seen John Edward on TV and they think of a medium as someone who only talks to the dead. Actually, that's not the case. John Edward, I'm sure, could do psychic readings. He just chooses to use his gift to help connect people with those on the other side, with those of us still living on the earth. The word medium literally means to be a medium between the spirit world and the earth plane. So the medium is the in-between person, the radio, if you may, the connection between those two worlds. Be very careful of psychics who threw the name medium on back of their name after it became popular. You're either born a medium or you're not. You don't become one later. Of course, everybody can learn to develop the gift of mediumship to different degrees depending on your own individual skills or abilities. But one, for the most part, when it gets to the level of actually physically seeing them all the time like I do, or like John Edward, the way that he connects, people that are having those kinds of connections with spirits, or spirit, I guess I should say, they're usually born with that gift. And like I said, it doesn't come later. I've heard psychics sometimes say to me, or say to people, "Oh, there's an angel around you," or whatever. And I often wonder, wow, if they could they draw that? Could they draw what I see? Because if I was an artist, I could actually draw them. I can't even do doodle figures or stick figures very well. You wouldn't even know what it was, even when I do a figure. So I'm not a very good with the pen and paper or pencil and paper. But if I could, I see them so clear that if I had the ability to draw, I could physically draw every detail of many of the guides and angels that I see. Sometimes I feel like it's almost when I'm doing a reading, I think, wow, for me, it's so easy. I feel almost bad because I think when I'm doing a reading, it's like having your best friend standing behind your shoulder, but you don't know that your best friend is there. And your best friend is telling me everything about your life. So a lot of times when I'm doing readings in person, if I don't do readings in person, I do all phone readings, but sometimes I'll do events or I will do special events or fundraisers and to help people come. There's a toy drive I do in San Diego every year at AJ's Playhouse to raise toys for children in the children's hospitals and the poor children. So I will do in-person readings then to have people come to help donate toys. But when you see me ever do an in-person reading, you'll notice a lot of times I'm looking up over the person's shoulder. I'm not being rude. I'm not like not wanting to make eye contact. It's just I look at their guides because I'm looking at their guides to see what they're telling me and what they're saying, so I can be focused on their guides and repeat the conversation back. And if you were sitting with me in a room when I was doing a reading on the phone, you'd see me kind of in a dead stare, almost like a trance state. I don't know how to explain it. And you just see me kind of staring off like this when I'm doing a reading. Or if you watch some of the videos on YouTube of me doing radio appearances, you'll see me kind of staring off. What I'm doing is I'm kind of going into a trance so I can focus totally on the vision of guides, the guides and angels that I see, and I can listen to their conversation and then repeat it back. So it takes I've done it so long now, it comes natural. Come to think of it, it takes a lot of concentration. I'm fully focused. At that moment when I'm staring off, you could swing your hands and try to get my attention, and I might not even know you're there. I'm kind of zoned out a little bit. It's kind of like when you're driving, the way I describe being in a trance, it's kind of like, have you ever went somewhere and you have been thinking about something? Something's on your mind, and then you get home and you think, oh my God, I hope I didn't run any red lights. It's like your body's on automatic pilot. You got there, you got where you're going, but your mind was somewhere completely different. Well, that's how it is when I do readings. If you looked at me, I look perfectly normal, but inside, I'm not there. Same as when you're driving your car. If someone in the passenger seat was sitting beside you, wasn't talking, and they were looking at you, you probably look totally normal. You're driving, you're stopping at lights, you're starting again when the light turns green, you drive home, but when you get there, you don't remember a thing. So that's how I would describe a trance state when I'm talking to guides and angels. So I hope that's been helpful for you. I'd like to give you a tip because so many people have questions about can I talk to my guides and angels? Absolutely you can. Your spirit guides and guardian angels are with you from the day you were born. And just to kind of clarify, guardian angels have wings. They've never had a human form. They're from the heavenly realms. They're not a Christian concept only. All religions across all time, since the beginning of time, have talked about winged beings. So a winged being would be an angel. So that's what a guardian angel is. A spirit guide is somebody who has lived on the earth before. They've, through many, many reincarnations or many lifetimes of coming back to the earth and then dying and then being reborn again, they have perfected their soul to the point where they don't need to come back to the earth to learn the earth lessons. So they work in the spiritual realms with those of us on earth to help us along our path. And as they help us, we also help them to grow and evolve in the spirit realms. So one day, when you have completed all of your lessons on the earth, you will be a spirit guide for somebody on earth. And one more thing I want to say, there's a big difference that people don't know. The word spirit and spirits has two different meanings. When you're talking about the positive, like guardian angels, spirit guides, loved ones who have died, you refer to them as spirit or the spirit world. When you're talking about ghosts or demons or even evil things, you use the plural, spirits. So spirits, no good. Spirit, very good. So when you're talking about this, always say spirit, never spirits. Because you don't want to talk to spirits, you want to talk to spirit. Okay, thank you so much for spending time with me again, and thank you so very much for all those fantastic birthday things. I probably have never felt so loved and thought of in my life as I did yesterday on my birthday, or Sunday. I'm getting old. See, it's showing. As I did yesterday, poof, there you go again. As I did Sunday on my birthday. Thank you so, so, so much. And I mean it from the bottom of my heart. So that's all. Please visit my website at tanahoy.com. It's a crappy site. I'm putting a new website up soon. It'll be done in about a month. So please ignore my old site. But if you get around and you search around, there's a lot of stuff. If you click on the links and go around there, you'll find videos and articles that are really hard to find. But if you search for them, you'll find them. That's why it's a crappy site, hard to get around on. And if you will visit my blog, please, it's AuthenticPsychicReadings.net. AuthenticPsychicReadings.net. And I'd like you to look at it and read some of the articles. And if you find them interesting, please leave comments, because I have no idea if I'm just writing and nobody's reading it. And if people are reading it, I'm seeing some people reading it, but I really don't know if they like it. So let me know if you like it or not, so I can not waste my time writing stuff you're not going to read and use my time to write stuff you will read. So leave me comments and let me know. And thank you so much again. Have a wonderful and glorious day. God bless you. And again, thank you so much to all of you for remembering me on my birthday. Bye-bye.